Post-pandemic recovery has been government's major focus in a bid to revive effectiveness of major economic sectors, such as being the consideration for education as well as envisioning effective USE, UPE, UPOLET and government-funded schools plus remuneration. In the current budget process involving severe budget cuts, the Education Committee has been on the sideline awaiting summit with officials from the Ministry of Finance, including the Permanent Secretary, to conclude its report. While the Finance Minister appeared today, the committee declined to meet in absence of the Permanent Secretary.
And we went official by writing and very specific and very intentional that we wanted the Honorable Minister and Mr. PPS, Mr. Ggoobi. The reason as to why as a committee we are very interested in having him here is the one who appends his signature on whatever is happening with our ministry. He's the one who writes to them about the budget cuts with no explanations. Secondly, he's the technical leader of the ministry. So we cannot proceed, Honorable Chair, I think it is not procedurally right for us to proceed without the technical head of the Ministry of Finance.
For 4 hours, the committee was held in waiting, only to be informed that Ramathan Ggoobi, the Permanent Secretary, wouldn't make it on preoccupation with the meeting at State House.
No.
Amidst shortages, the education sectors had to deal with particular funding streams, including IPF, to realize crucial elements such as skills and capacity building, remuneration, among others. Government has come short on particulars such as the increment of science teachers' salaries over constraint. Furious legislators have in turn urged the Education Committee chairperson to invoke Article 90 of the Constitution and summon the Permanent Secretary.
We are now getting a scapegoat of people hiding under State House, and we should discourage that once and for all. I don't expect General Museveni to say that there is a committee sitting now, and they have called the gentleman called the Ramathan Ggoobi to appear before the committee. Says now, since they are calling you, but first come here. That's the scapegoat we should discourage. Mr. Chairman, let us use the powers of our rules. You've given us time, and this is what I request to rule. Give us a break for another hour to go for lunch. But invoke Rule 214 of our rules, issue and services of summons.
Mr. Chair, the Honorable Minister of Finance has been pleading with Mr. Ggoobi to come. I was listening on phone. The Muzei has been begging the man to come, and the man was almost kneeling on phone when Ggoobi was not seeing him. I can imagine, Mr. Chairperson, the situation that Honorable Kaseja is facing is not palatable.
Here we are here. This gentleman did not come. Whatever we passed here, you know what happened. Nothing happened. The main reason why we want this gentleman here, one, he should be part of this process, and he should bless the process, and he assure us the process we are doing. He has the money to finance the process. We may be here wasting time, writing this, making recommendations, when the gentleman is there thinking something different. So we want him here to own the process and assure us that there is money when we make the appropriation. The last one, Chair.
The committee chairperson eventually heeded to the call, summoning the Permanent Secretary and still accepting presentation of the report to Parliament, though asserting need to interface with the peers.
In accordance with our rules of procedure and the Article 90 of the Constitution, I'm directing the clerk to go ahead and prepare and we issue summons under Rule 214(4) to cause the appearance of the PSST in the names of Ramathan Ggoobi, and the counsel to the committee is also directed to make sure that we do this within the provisions of the law.
This financial year, the Ministry of Education was allocated 661 billion shillings, but has only received 330.5 billion shillings as the last quarter falls out. For the coming financial year, only 481 billion shillings has been allocated. Samlanifa, Smart24 TV, Business Today.